The Hidden Heir. Adana's world crumbled the day her parents forced her into marriage with a man they called a nobody. Raised in luxury, she had always dreamed of a fairy tale wedding with a wealthy and charming prince. But instead, her parents, under financial strain, insisted she marry a man they claimed was humble, hardworking, but poor. "No. I won't do it," she screamed, her voice echoing through the grand living room. Her father's face hardened. "You will. This family needs stability, and Chike is a responsible man." Chike, a mere mechanic, they had told her. A man who worked odd jobs to make ends meet. How could she, a woman accustomed to diamonds and silk, marry a man who could barely afford a decent suit? But her pleas were ignored. Days later, dressed in an elegant but simple gown, she stood before the priest, seething with resentment. Chike, however, was the perfect gentleman, polite, kind, and infuriatingly calm. His deep brown eyes held secrets, but Adana was too blinded by her fury to care. A life she never imagined. Marriage to Chike was a nightmare, or so she thought. He lived in a modest but well-kept house, far from the opulence she was used to. She refused to cook, clean, or even acknowledge him beyond necessity. Yet, he never raised his voice, never complained. He merely watched her with an amused glint in his eyes. Days turned into weeks, and Adana began to notice things: how he always left the house in a well-ironed suit, how he had meetings late into the night, how people treated him with the utmost respect when they walked through the town. One evening, she overheard a conversation between her brother-in-law and her sister. "I still can't believe I work for a man like him," her sister's husband, Emeka, said. "What do you mean?" Adana's sister, Ifeoma, asked. "Chike. The man is a genius. He owns one of the biggest companies in the country but pretends to be an ordinary employee. Can you believe he tests people this way? Even I didn't know until recently." Adana felt her breath hitch. What? The truth unveiled. That night, she confronted Chike. "Who are you?" she demanded. He chuckled, swirling the wine in his glass. "Your husband. Don't play games with me. You're not just some mechanic, are you?" He smiled, standing up to face her. "No, I'm not. I'm the CEO of Havilah Group, the same company where your sister's husband works." Adana's knees nearly buckled. Havilah Group. The billion-dollar empire. "I wanted a wife who would love me for who I am, not for my wealth," he continued, his voice calm. "Your parents wanted stability, and I wanted sincerity." Tears pricked her eyes. She had treated him like an outcast, resented him, when in truth, he was the man every woman in the country would have begged to marry. Shame washed over her. I didn't know." "I know," he said, his eyes gentle but firm. "The question is, now that you do, will you stay? Not for my wealth, but for me." Adana looked into his eyes, and for the first time, she truly saw him, the man beyond the riches, beyond the test. And at that moment, she knew her answer.